Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lexi Gorton, and I am a student here at the Queensland Conservatorium, Griffith University. This land that we call Australia belongs to the oldest continuing cultures on Earth. For over 65,000 years, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples have held deep relationships with this land as custodians of the earth, sky, waters, and their inhabitants. I would like to acknowledge the Turrbal and Yagara peoples as the traditional owners and custodians of this place that we call Brisbane or Meanjin. This is a place rich in knowledge, connection, music, art, and language. As we come together today to share our cultures and stories and connect with each other, we acknowledge and respect this continuing culture. I pay my deepest respects to this nation's knowledge keepers, the elders, past and present, and I extend this respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders peoples here today and those in our communities.
ظهر همگی بخیر. من دارم ترجمه میکنم چیزایی که خانم گفتن. لکسی گوردن هستم. من دانشجوی اینجا در کنسرواتیوم کوینزلند دانشگاه گریفیت هستم. این سرزمین که ما آن را استرالیا مینامیم متعلق به قدیمی ترین فرهنگ های ادامه دار روی زمین است. برای بیش از 65,000 سال مردم بومی و جزیره نشین تنگه تورس روابط عمیقی با این سرزمین به عنوان نگهبانان زمین، آسمان، آبها و ساکنان آن داشتند. من می‌خواهم مردم توبول و یوگرا را به عنوان صاحبان و متولیان سنتی این مکان که ما بریزبن مینامیم به رسمیت بشناسم. اینجا مکانی غنی از دانش، ارتباط، موسیقی، هنر و زبان است. همانطور که امروز گرد هم آمده ایم تا فرهنگ‌ها و داستان‌های خود را به اشتراک بگذاریم و با یکدیگر ارتباط برقرار کنیم. این فرهنگ ادامه دار را تصدیق کرده و به آن احترام می‌گذاریم. به عمیق‌ترین احترام خود را به حافظان دانش این ملت، بزرگان در گذشته و حال قائل هستیم و این احترام را برای مردم بومی و جزیره نشین تنگه تورس در اینجا و برای کسانی که در جوامع ما هستند قائل هستیم. لطفاً برای لکسی دست بزنید. A very pleased good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us today. We are pleased to be able to welcome those of you that have been with us for years now, as well as those of you who are new to Women Empowerment and Leadership Organization. My name is Leila Loei. I'm the Secretary of Women Empowerment and Leadership and Miss Australia Ambassador. It is an honor to be the MC of this incredible event, Women's Rights are Human Rights. Before we get started, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you who generously help us make this event come together to become a success. A special gratitude goes to Professor Brandon Landscape, Director of Queensland Conservatorium, for this generous support of this event. No doubt, this is the time to give our sincere opportunity to Dr. Catherine Grant and Alexis Coley. We couldn't have done it without you. I just need to say about the emergency evacuation, just in case we just facing with. Please remain calm and follow the direction of the venue staff. You will be asked to make your way to your nearest exit, which may be at the front or back of the theater. Venue staff will then direct you through the foyer to exit the building and gather outside. If exiting from the parkland side of the foyer, the venue staff will direct you to gather on the grass near where you enter the building. If exiting from the Grey Street side, the venue staff will direct you to the loading dock near where you were dropping off by the bus. In today's gathering, I would like to give a very warm welcome to our special guests who had to leave Afghanistan under a very unpleasant situation. I'm really sorry. I need to just explain in Dari language because our guest needs to understand that. Thank you for you being patient. با تشکر از تک تک شما که امروز در کنار ما هستید. ما خوشحالیم که می‌توانیم به کسانی از شما که سال‌هاست در کنار ما بودند، همچنین کسانی از شما که تازه وارد سازمان توانمندسازی و رهبری زنان شده اند استقبال کنیم. نام من لیلا لوئی است. من منشی توانمندسازی و رهبری زنان و سفیر استرالیا و ملکه زیبایی استرالیا هستم. این افتخار را دارم که مدیر این روابط ناباور کردنی باشم. حقوق زنان برابر حقوق بشر است. قبل از شروع می‌خواهم از همه شما که سخاوتمندانه به ما کمک کردید تا این روابط گرد هم آمده و به موفقیت برسیم. صمیمانه تشکر و قدردانی می‌کنم از پروفسور برنارد لنسکی، مدیر استراتژی کوینزلند، برای حمایت سخاوتمندانه‌شان از این رویداد تشکر ویژه می‌کنم. بدون شک زمان آن رسیده است که دکتر کاترین گرانت و الکسیس قدردانی کنم. ما نمی‌توانستیم این کار را انجام دهیم بدون آنها. در شرایط اضطراری لطفاً خونسردی خود را حفظ کنید و دستورالعمل‌های کارکنان محل را دنبال کنید. از شما خواسته میشه که راه خود را به سمت نزدیکترین خروجی خود که ممکن است در جلو یا پشت سالن باشد بروید. سپس کارکنان سالن‌ها شما را از طریق سرسرا راهنمایی می‌کنند تا از ساختمان خارج شوید و بیرون جمع شوید. اگر از سمت پارکلند سرسرا خارج می‌شوید، کارکنان سالن شما را راهنمایی می‌کنند تا روی چمن نزدیک جلویی که وارد ساختمان شده اید جمع شوید. اگر از سمت خیابان گری خارج شوید، کارکنان محل برگزاری شما را به بارانداز نزدیک جایی که اتوبوس شما را رها کرده است راهنمایی می‌کند. در گردهمایی امروز ما مایلیم از میهمانان ویژه خود که در شرایط بسیار ناخوشایند مجبور به ترک افغانستان شده اند استقبال گرامی را به انجام آوریم. من خیلی وقتتون رو نمیگیرم و خواهش میکنم که دکتر ریتا انوری رئیس و مدیر توانمند رهبری زنان خود را به همه شما معرفی کنند که در چند ماه اخیر همونطور که میدونید در بحران‌های افغانستان تنگاتنگ درگیر بودند. حالا اجازه بدید من این رو به انگلیسی بگم که دکتر ریتا رهبری رو با دست‌های قشنگتون تشویق کنید که به استیج بیان. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time. I need to leave some time for Dr. Rita Anwari, the President and Director of Women Empowerment and Leadership, to introduce herself to all of you, share our last few months of dealing with the Afghanistan crisis. Thank you, Dr. Rita Anwari.
امروز باز یک روز خوشی است به ما که من مقابل شما استاد هستم. واقعا 3 ماه گذشته I'm trying not to cry. 3 ماه که گذشت واقعا مشکل بود به همه ما، کسایی که از افغانستان انتقال کردن و استرالیا آمدن و کسایی که کمک کردن با اونا همچنان. I know it was hard and appreciate for who helped us for evacuation Afghan to Australia. It was hard for those to get in Australia, but for those help them as well, day and night, to try to stand together to help those Afghan. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodian of the land we live. We pay our respect to elders past and future of Aboriginal Torres Strait Island Nation. Also, I would like to acknowledge those Afghan Australian merged in Australia with Camel in the 80s, 30s, and built a great foundation where they continuously were looking up on them. And I would like to say welcome and خوش آمدین. For those young women and children today is with us. And first of all, foremost, I would like to say a huge thanks to Senator Paul Scarr and our good friend Mike for their effort and help for supporting Afghan refugees for evacuating from Afghanistan till today. Another thanks to the Honorable Shannon Fentiman for being such a great support and raising our voice, for being a pillar and support for those Afghan and also women in Australia. And I would like to thank to Neril, the Deputy Commissioner, and also Christine from Multicultural Australia, Suzanne from Griffith University, to being our guest speaker today. A huge thanks for Griffith University supporting our event today, allowing us to raise our voice. Welcoming to all special guests and those lovely young women who just arrived to the land of opportunity we're calling Australia. Welcome to Sunshine State, Queensland. As a woman, I always question with myself, is there enough support for those women and children, for new generation, for their right? It's always a question. Women's right. If we look back in 2019 to 2020, we lost 96 women in domestic violence in Australia. In America, 100 women in sexual abuse. In Canada, 100 women in physical abuse. When it's coming to a country like Afghanistan, which I born there, women and girls don't have a right to go to the street alone, without of male accompany them. If there's a case, just to go outside, forget about to go to school or go to work or be part of the society. Another side, 90% of Afghan women in Afghanistan, they don't have a right to name their baby or hold their baby before the male of the family. My question is, the matter, woman right, human right, is this just a showcase? Do really exist in the corner of the country like Afghanistan? Or just a showcase? Hillary Clinton went to Afghanistan 2001 after collapsing the regime of Taliban. After that, she attended UN event for women in Geneva. She hashtagged, "Women right is human right." My question is, why she's quiet in these days 4 months when Afghanistan women need their support? Where is this hashtag? What happened with women right and human right? Where is the support for Afghan women in Afghanistan? That's why I believe it's just political show. My messages for Afghan women arrive in Australia. You're in the land of opportunity. You're in the country which is a strong government. Hear your voice and give you a right. And you can do what you want to do. And you have got a voice. And here's a woman like us. We hear your voice and we will take it at an international level. And we have got support in this country. And for those women back in Afghanistan, you're not alone. There's people raising your voice. I know the international community become cruel and turn away, but there's a people that are trying their best to help. Thanks for Australian government being standing by our side and helping, and especially for those ones still trying to help and take Afghan people out of Afghanistan. I would like to read in Dari. در نخست از نمایندگی سازمان توانمندسازی و رهبریت زنان تشریف آوری همه‌تان را به محفل حمایت حقوق زن و در جمله حقوق بشر خوش آمدید و خوش خواهانم. قبل از همه می‌خواهم در نمایندگی از شما و همه دوستا از کسانی که در پروسه انتقال حمایت به خصوصاً سناتور مهربان ما پول اسکار و مد و همکارشان تشکری نمایم و همچنان از شنن فنتمن یک احترامانه تشکری میکنم که خانم‌های ما را سپورت کردن و با پای ما هستند. و همچنان خانم‌ها و زنانی که در افغانستان است به کمک شما نیاز دارند. خانم‌ها و کودکان افغان به کمک شما نیاز دارند. من منیس یک زن همیشه بر فکر این هستم که صدای زنان را بلند کنم و حقوقشان را نمود بسازم و به نسل جوان امکانات تحصیل آمیار کنم. اگر سال 2019-2020 را در نظر بگیریم، ما در مملکت مثل استرالیا، امریکا و اروپا زنان قربانی شدن به خشونت فامیلی و خشونت، اما اکثریت ما خاموش هستیم. و این خشونت نه تنها در استرالیا و در مملکت مثل افغانستان همچنان است. در افغانستان مملکتی است که خانم حق زیر ندارد که از خانه بیروشن بدون یک مرد 2 ساله، چون مرد است. خانم حق زیر ندارد که از خود سخن بگوید، به خاطر که یک رژیم کرپ ما داشتیم. زنای ما را در نظر نگرفتن. فعلا خانم‌ها و دخترانی که فعلا در این مملکتی که فرصت‌ها بر شماست، از حقوق خود با خبر باشین، چون شما در فضایی هستین که همه چیز به دست شماست و هر چیزی که بخواین می شود و همچنان آزادی بیان امرای شماست. خوش آمدین بر استرالیا، صفا آوردین. خانم‌های افغان امرای شماست. تشکر.
Wow, it was very interesting and very emotional, because I've been with Rita since August when this happened, and I can feel that it was very draining for her. I personally appreciate her, what she's done so far for each of Afghan, people, and still she is going through that. And واقعا تشکر میکنم از ریتا جان. بسیار زحمت کشیدم. من تنگاتنگ شبانه روز نمیخوام بگم باهاشون بودم، ولی میدیدم که چقدر استرس داشتن، چقدر براشون سخت بود که این موضوع رو انجام بدم. واقعا من به عنوان یک زن بهشون افتخار میکنم. امیدوارم روزی بشه که تک تک شماها بشید یک ریتا. هدف ما این هستش. ما نمیخوایم فقط دنبال رو داشته باشیم. دوست داریم که حقوق خودتون رو از حق خودتون بر بیایید. این حق انسانی شما هستش. این رو به دختران خودتون یاد بدید. مرسی از همتون. Next, I would like to play a short video for you, prepared for you by our friends at Queensland Conservatorium, Queensland Griffith University. در مرحله بعدی میخوایم که یه ویدیو کوتاه براتون نشون بدیم که دوستان دانشگاهیمون برای ما این رو آماده کردن. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name's Kathy. I'm a teacher here at Queensland Conservatorium, Griffith University. And it's been my great pleasure to help organise this event with women empowerment and leadership. I'm so happy to welcome you here today. My friends here at the Conservatorium, the students and teachers, would like to share some messages of welcome with you.
Good afternoon. My name is Alexis and I'm Deputy Director of Research here at the Conservatorium. I would just like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you here today, as well as those who are not with us, and hope that your new home that you will make here for yourselves and your families will be one full of love and laughter and friends and family. And I'm very, very happy that you're here.
Hi, my name's Livy. I'm a doctoral student at the Conservatorium, and I just want to say welcome, and I hope you enjoy getting to know Brisbane.
Hi, my name's Dom Kingston. I wanted to send you a warm welcome and wish you all the best going forward on behalf of Griffith University.
Hello, my name is Lexi. I am a musician and a doctoral candidate here at the Queensland Conservatorium. It's with absolute joy that I welcome you to Brisbane. We are so very happy to have you here in our community.
Greetings everybody, my name is Bridie Bartlett and this message comes to send a very warm welcome to you all. I am so pleased and I am so happy that you are here now. I imagine that the journey that you've been on has been incredibly hard and difficult. So I hope that you feel our love. I hope that you feel our warm embrace and our support saying we are so glad you are here in Australia now. Take care. I hope we might meet soon. Bye for now.
Here at the Conservatorium, we believe that music and the arts and culture are so important. They help bring us together. They can calm us down or lift us up. They bring joy and comfort and healing. One day, when the time is right, we hope that we might learn from you about the music and arts and culture of your beautiful homeland, Afghanistan. Today, our students and teachers would like to share some music with you. We hope that you enjoy the performances during this event. From all of us here at Queensland Conservatorium, we warmly welcome you to the university. Welcome to Brisbane. Welcome to Australia.
Thank you for each of you just make some time to just did the very special gift, I would say, not the video only message to all of the our new arrivals. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I would like to introduce you to Libby, who is one of the students here at the Conservatorium. Libby would like to play for you a piece called Soundtrack to Solitude, which is inspired by the theme of freedom and independence. The composer of this music is Helen Suboda, a woman who graduated from the Conservatorium. Helen says the piece should be played like scattered butterflies. The slide shows, we've got some slides, it's showing the 43 handkerchiefs that were made in 2017 and 2018 during an art exchange project that connected 20 Australian women and 43 Afghan women. One of the Australian women artists is Annie Goldenberg, who is also a student at Griffith University. Annick is here with us today and prepared this slide for us. Thank you, Ellen and Libby. در مرحله بعد من میخوام شما رو با لیبی که یکی از دانشجویان اینجا در کنزرواتیوم هستش آشنا کنم. لیبی میخواد قطعه‌ای به نام موسیقی متن تنهایی که از مضامین آزادی و استقلال الهام گرفته شده است برای شما بنوازد. آهنگساز این موسیقی هلن سوبودا، زنی فارغ التحصیل از کنزرواتیوم است. هلن میگوید این قطعه باید مثل پروانه‌های پراکنده نواخته شود. در حالی که لیبی موسیقی را پخش می‌کند، ما این اسلایدهایی را به شما نشون میدیم. اسلایدها 43 دستمال را نشان می‌دهند که در سالهای 2017 و 2018 طی یک پروژه تبادل هنری که 20 زن استرالیایی و 43 زن افغان را به هم متصل می‌کرد ساخته شده‌اند. یکی از زنان هنرمند استرالیایی آنیک گلدنبرگ است که او نیز دانشجوی دانشگاه گریفیت است. آنیک امروز اینجا با ماست و این اسلایدها رو ما براتون نشون میدیم. مرسی از آنیک اند لیبی.
I would like to introduce to you Deputy Commissioner Neroli Holmes from the Queensland Human Rights Commission. Please put your hand for Neroli.
That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you for inviting the Queensland Human Rights Commission to today's event, and thank you, Rita, for holding such a lovely an occasion. I'm standing in today for Scott McDougall, our Commissioner, who unfortunately is not able to be with us today, but he does send his apologies and his very best wishes. Can I also acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. A very warm welcome to the women from Afghanistan who have so recently arrived here in Queensland. All of us who have been watching the unfolding events in Afghanistan have been distressed by the stories we've heard about the rapid disintegration in the respect for human rights since the Taliban regained power. We have watched with tremendous concern how this has had such a dramatic and devastating impact, in particular on the human rights of women and girls. The respect for the law, the rule of law, where everyone has the right to equal protection from crime, injustice and discrimination, is a vital ingredient for a free and democratic society based on human dignity, equality and freedom. The right to equality for all human beings, no matter if they are born a man or a woman, no matter their race or their religion, is a foundational human right. These basic human rights are recognised in international law, and they are recognised and protected here in Queensland under Queensland law. You have come to a place where our Parliament and our respective governments have made it very clear that these rights are most important, and that the courts and our public servants, including the police, will respect and enforce these rights. If you believe these rights are not being respected, or if you feel you are being exposed to discrimination, in Queensland you have various ways of seeking to enforce your rights. One of these avenues is through reaching out to us at the Queensland Human Rights Commission to talk to us about what has happened, to find out if we can help with your concern. If it is not within our role, we will try and refer you to the right people who can assist. We know that people who have come from countries such as Afghanistan sometimes can find it frightening to seek help. Newly arrived migrants and refugees can be very reluctant to speak up or to complain. They have not had good experiences in their own country if they have done this. And sometimes people are very frightened. If they speak up, it may jeopardise their visa. Can I reassure you that that is not the case? You are able to make your concerns made to the public servants or to the Commission, and you will not be put at risk. Please do not be frightened of seeking help in Queensland. If you think something is wrong, please reach out. You are safe in speaking to the Human Rights Commission, to the Queensland Police Service, and to other agencies that are here to ensure the law is observed and that your rights are protected. Women who experience sexual harassment or discrimination often choose to come to try and seek a remedy with the Human Rights Commission. We also assist people who have been vilified or discriminated against on the basis of their religion or race, among other things. To start with, Australia and Queensland will be a very new and unfamiliar place, but we hope that you and your family know you have come to a place of much greater safety, a place where women and girls' human rights are protected. I wish you and your families all the very best in settling into Australia in your new lives. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for Deputy Commissioner Holmes. So it was a very amazing messages, to be honest, and I'll just try to just briefly explain in Persian language or their language for you guys to understand. Thank you. همونطور که میدونید ایشون خانومی هستن که در مورد حقوق زنان خیلی کمک میکنن. متنشون خیلی بلند هستش. واقعیتش اگه من بخوام همه اینو ترجمه کنم و به خاطر مشکلات وقتی که داریم و موقعیت رو دیر شروع کردیم، این رو خلاصه میگم که شما رو خیلی بهتون خوش آمد گفتن و خوشحال هستن از اینکه شماها به کشور استرالیا اومدید و گفتن که میدونیم که چون به علت اینکه تازه به اینجا اومدید براتون سخت هستش که از حقوق انسانی خودتون مطلع باشین، چون قوانینی که در کشور استرالیا هستش قطعاً با کشور افغانستان متفاوت هستش. وقتی که به مشکلی برخوردید قطعاً ریتا جان و من اولین جایی هستش که میتونید با ما تماس بگیرید، ما کمکتون میکنیم و بهترین جا اگر احساس کردید که زندگیتون تو خطر هستش، پلیس اینجا کمک بهتون میکنه که از اون خطر در بیاید و خوشحال هستن از اینکه شماها این فرصت رو پیدا کردید و به این کشور اومدید. ممنونم از اینکه این اطلاعات رو به ما دادن. Thank you. So now we would like to, and we've got another video from Honorable Shannon Fentiman. She couldn't make it to come to here, but she sent it a very nice video for us, and she is the Minister for Women. الان ما یه ویدیویی پخش میکنیم از یه خانم شنن فنتمن هستش که مدیر زنان حقوق زنان هستن ایشون و در این راستا خیلی به ما کمک کردن و تونستیم که ازشون کمک‌های خیلی خوبی را داشته باشیم از دفترشون. لطفاً به این ویدیو توجه کنید.
Welcome to all of the women and girls in the audience and online. I'm so grateful to be able to speak with you and share messages of hope and solidarity. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land that we are lucky to call home, the Turrbal and Yagara peoples, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Last Friday was International Human Rights Day, a day that acknowledges the fundamental rights that all people have. And it marks the end of the 16 days of activism, a global campaign to raise awareness about violence against women. This year, it's an important reminder to acknowledge the disproportionate impact COVID has had on women. We know that 1 in 10 women in a relationship experience domestic violence, with 2/3 saying the violence started or became worse. The UN has labelled domestic violence as the shadow pandemic, and it's crucial that we continue to raise awareness about these important issues. Women around the world still suffer violation of their human rights, and it's never been more important to recognise women's resilience and to start the conversation on what more we can do to achieve gender equality, because we all have a role to play. It starts with ensuring that women's voices are heard. We have a responsibility to use our voice. And I want to acknowledge the incredible work that Women Empowerment do, creating a space for women's voices to be heard. Best of luck and congratulations on a fantastic year.
Thank you. من خلاصه از گفتگوی ایشون رو براتون ترجمه میکنم. ایشون یکی از خانم‌هایی هستش که تو قوانین حقوق زنان در استرالیا خیلی کمک میکنن و بیشتر در مورد خشونت خانوادگی، نمیدونم چقدر در مورد خشونت خانوادگی میدونید، همین جر و بحث هایی که تو خونه بین زن و شوهر یا بین بچه ها و به بزرگترها انجام میشن. اینها همه خشونت خانوادگی هستن و قابل قبول نیستش در کشور استرالیا به خاطر قوانینی که دارن و خیلی به شما خوش آمد گفتن و خوشحال هستن از اینکه شماها تونستید کشور افغانستان رو به خوبی ترک کنید و اینجا بیاید و از خانم ریتا انوری هم خیلی تشکر کردن به خاطر سازمانی که دارن انجام میدن و کمک هایی که به طور مستقیم به شما دارن انجام میدن. مرسی.
So now we would like to play a short video recording.
Wow, it had a very strong message. It was saying that I'm even, I can do whatever I can do that, you know. You can see that it's got a very strong culture and music and lots of, clothes, as you can see that. It's really rich. بله، دختر هستم. همتونم میدونید به اف بزن بودن خودتون افتخار کنید و این رو فراموش نکنید که شما آینده بچه ها رو میسازید. دختر هستم. Okay, next we would like to play, I would like to introduce Senator Paul Scarr to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Leila, and thank you for the job you're doing. Can I first acknowledge the traditional owners on whose land we come together today and pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. If I can warmly acknowledge our wonderful host, Dr. Rita Anwari, and I'll be saying something more about you, Rita, during the course of my remarks. If I can acknowledge my fellow elected representatives, Amy McMahon, who's the member for South Brisbane in our state parliament, and also Jonty Bush, who's the member for Cooper, two outstanding women representatives, participants in our Australian civic society. So great that you could both make it here today. Representatives from our wonderful Human Rights Commission, good to see you here. Everyone from Griffith Conservatorium, it's just great to see you all, and that video was just so inspiring. And I must say, from the time I arrived here today and my new friend found me lost and led me to the venue, right through, this has been such a welcoming forum, and I just really acknowledge what you've done today. I have a heavily disabled brother-in-law, and he went to the Conservatorium about 25 years ago, and it was one of the highlights of his life. So this is a wonderful institution. I think that culture has shone through today, so thank you very much. I'd like to acknowledge all the other special guests. Can I acknowledge members of our wonderful Australian Afghani community? You are a true blessing for our beautiful country. Can I also acknowledge, most importantly, our new arrivals and how pleased we are that you have made your way to our beautiful country and that this country can offer you a place of peace for you and your families. I have with me the Form 842, which is the offshore humanitarian visa application. And I must say, I had never read the form closely before the events of this year when the Taliban took over Afghanistan. And as I was working with the community and we were doing our best to bring as many people to Australia as we possibly could, I had cause to reflect on the Australian values which are listed on the first page of this Form 842. Respect for the freedom and dignity of the individual, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of association, commitment to the rule of law, parliamentary democracy, equality of opportunity for all people, regardless of their gender, sexual orientation, age, disability, race, or national or ethnic origin. A fair go for all that embraces mutual respect, tolerance, compassion for those in need, and equality of opportunity for all. And when people seek to come to our beautiful country, they fill out this visa application and commit to those values. But I say to all those new arrivals from Afghanistan, the women and your families, you have lived those values in your own home country. And so many of the people I have spoken to who've come here recently, to people, women I've spoken to and I'm in communication with who are still in Afghanistan, where we're trying to find some sort of avenue out of Afghanistan. They have done so much to promote those values in Afghanistan in terms of providing opportunity for all in Afghanistan, including women, in terms of education, in the professions, in civic society, protecting the vulnerable, and trying to provide opportunity for all. So those values, which the women who've come to Afghanistan have promoted in Afghanistan, those are our values in Australia. And I hope that if you were to take anything away from you, from this event, from my words with you today, it is that just as people who've come to this country, people in very difficult positions have come to this country from places like Vietnam, Laos, Southeast Asia, from Somalia, Sudan, Rwanda in Africa, from Chile in South America, from Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Hungary in Europe. So you bring something very special to our country. So not only did you find Australia, but Australia has found you. And I'm sure that you will contribute to our beautiful country, just as the Australian Afghani community here in Australia, who've been here for many, many years, has made such an outstanding contribution. So from the bottom of my heart, I welcome all of you. Please don't hesitate to reach out to any of the elected officials here today. I'm sure Jonty and Amy and myself, we are here to help you. Australia, as you saw from that wonderful video from the Griffith Conservatorium, Australia embraces you and wants to see you succeed and achieve your full potential. Now, I do want to say something about my good dear friend Rita. And I first met Rita when she convened the Australian Afghani Commerce Association, Chamber of Commerce. And Rita worked extremely hard to build the bonds between Australia and Afghanistan on so many levels. And Rita herself came to this country as a 10 or 11-year-old and has made a wonderful life for herself and her family, and is just such an outstanding example for everyone who is a new arrival, but also to all Australians. And I know the pressure Rita has been under over a number of months, and she has taken the world upon her shoulders and tries to help so many people, and we are in daily contact trying to help people who are currently in Afghanistan to come to Australia. So if you do have an opportunity today, please reach out to Rita and give her all of your support, because she so deserves it. So I can give you a token, Rita, of the Australian government's, the Australian Parliament's esteem in which you're held. And for special people in the Australian community, when I have the ability to approach the President of the Senate and say that there is someone in our community who's very deserving, and I can present to them an Australian flag which is actually flown in Parliament. And I would like to present that flag to you today, and also with the certificate, and just thank you on behalf of the Australian people, on behalf of the Afghani people, for everything that you've done. You're a wonderful person.
I would thank you. Thank you, Paul. Yeah. I think this is mine. This is yours. Thank you. It's really overwhelming, to be honest. And every day I was talking to Rita, as I said that, She always mentions your name. And this is the time I would like to express my special gratitude to you as you help us and help every person, in Afghanistan. I wouldn't say that they've been under the pressure, and I can see that all the time we had a conversation and Rita has, called your name. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Please just have a good, yes, thank you. اجازه بدید من سریع اینو براتون ترجمه کنم که چه اتفاقی افتاد. آقای پول سناتور یکی از آدم‌هایی هستن که خیلی سمت بزرگی توی کشور استرالیا دارن. اگر شماها اینجا هستید به خاطر وجود ایشون هستش. خیلی خیلی از صمیم قلب زحمت کشیدن و هر روز من با ریتا جون صحبت می‌کردم، میگفتش که من بهشون زنگ زدم ساعت 12 شب، چون میدونید که زمان افغانستان با استرالیا متفاوت هستش. واقعا زحمت کشیدن توی این که شماها اینجا هستید. امیدوارم یه روز بشه که همه شماها بتونید که این کارهایی که انجام شده براتون همین رو برگردونید به جامعه. هدف ما همین هستش. اگر ما اینجا هستیم به خاطر کارامون همه داوطلبانه هستش. ما نه از دولت پول میگیریم، زمان خودمون رو داریم میذاریم برای اینکه انسانیت رو ترویج بدیم. همین. ازتون خواهشی که دارم این رو داشته باشید. و ریتا جان واقعا زحمت کشیدن، چون من واقعا باهاشون بودم و یه موقع‌هایی دلم براشون میسوخت که این چقدر تحت فشاره. برای خودشون خانواده دارن ولی همش گریه میکرده، شروع میکرد و واقعا الان من دارم بدنم مورمور میشه. جدی دارم بهتون میگم. امیدوارم که یک روزی بشه صلح و آرامش تو تمام دنیا برگزار بشه و ما مجبور نباشیم که خونه هامون رو ول کنیم و بیایم کشورهای دیگه. مرسی از همتون. I'm not explaining in different language, you guys, because you already know that what I did that from my face of expression, Okay, so now it was very hectic. Now we need to have enjoy our 2 days. We've got a very special things. We want to have the award for bravery. Wow, I'm getting goosebumps. I'm really getting goosebumps. Who's gonna be getting this, this present? So I would like to just ask John T. Bush, please come on stage, and Senator Paul Scarr. We need you guys again. Thank you. Yes. All right. I want to just introduce someone. She got this award. I really appreciate of her. Roya Dadras. Roya Dadras was former spokesperson of Afghanistan Ministry of Women's Affairs. She was born in Juzjan province on September 13, 1978. She graduated from Bibi Khadija High School in 1997 and finished her Bachelor of Degrees in Social Science at University of Juzjan. Roya Dadras also got her Master's degrees in Art and Education from American University of Afghanistan. She loves to support education and served about 10 years as a university professor. She believes quality education is the key solution towards the sustainability of the nation with commitments to transfer skills, experience and expertise gained through practice. She also believes in the balanced professional and personal life. She is a professional leader and well-known civil society women's rights activist. Roya Dadras also has a lot of experience of Afghanistan women issues since she has faced many challenges for 5 years term as a spokesperson of the Ministry of Women's Affairs in Afghanistan till the public regime collapsed here by Taliban. She is expert on modernized Islam and modernization of women's civil social rights of Islamic law, women and kids psychology, culture and history of Afghanistan, plan, policy making and political economy of Afghanistan. In addition of being spokesperson of the Ministry of Women's Affairs, she is politically an active woman who supports and stands for women's rights in all areas. She is also defends the rights for her country's women who have been operating for many years. So I need to say in Dari, sorry. You need just to, I'm going to be so fast. رویا دادرس سخنگوی سابق وزارت امور زنان افغانستان است. او در 13 سپتامبر 1978 در ولایت جوزجان به دنیا آمد. وی از مدرسه بیبی خدیجه فارغ التحصیل شد. در سال 1997 لیسانس خود را در رشته علوم اجتماعی در دانشگاه جوزجان به پایان رسید. رویا دادرس همچنین مدرک فوق لیسانس خود را در رشته هنر از دانشگاه آمریکایی افغانستان گرفته است. او عاشق حمایت از آموزش است و حدود 10 سال به عنوان استاد دانشگاه خدمت کرده است. او معتقد است آموزش با کیفیت راه حل کلیدی برای پایداری کشور است. تعهد به انتقال مهارت‌ها، تجربه و تخصص به دست آمده از طریق تمرین. او نیز به یک زندگی حرفه‌ای و شخصی متعادل اعتقاد دارد. او یک رهبر جامعه مدنی شناخته شده. خانم دادرس فعال حقوق زنان و تجربه زیادی در این زمینه دارد. مسائل زنان افغانستان از آنجایی که وی برای مدت 5 سال به عنوان یک دوره با چالش‌های زیادی روبرو است. سخنگوی وزارت امور خارجه در افغانستان تا زمان فروپاشی توسط طالبان. او متخصص اسلام مدرن و مدرنیزاسیون مدنی زنان است. حقوق اجتماعی در مورد قوانین اسلام، روانشناس زنان، کودکان، فرهنگ و تاریخ افغانستان، سیاستگذاری و اقتصاد سیاسی افغانستان، علاوه بر اینکه سخنگوی وزارت امور زنان، او نیز از نظر سیاسی یک زن فعال است برای حقوق زنان و در همه زمینه‌ها نبرد او را برای ممنوعیتش بوده است تشکیل می‌دهند. متشکرم رویا جان. Thank you.
به نام آن که هستی نام از او یافت، فلک جنبش زمین آرام از او یافت. سلام و درود خدمت همه حاضرین در تالار، نمایندگان عالی رتبه دولت دوست استرالیا و همچنان یک سلام مشخص جداگانه به سناتور صاحب پاول سکار و خانم ریتا انوری. در آغاز با ستایش از ابتکار مؤسسه توانمندسازی و رهبری زنان بابت برگزاری برنامه مفید و مؤثر برای زنان افغانستان و تشکری خاص دارم از دولت دوست استرالیا و بانو ریتا انوری که واقعا برای خدمتگزاری به زنان و بلند کردن صدای زنان یک نماینده خاص زنان افغانستان در استرالیا می باشند. ما وقتی که سخن میزنیم تاریخ یک بار دیگر تکرار شد. 2021 8 اگست تکرار تاریخ و دوره سیاه و عقبگرد افغانستان بود. زنان افغانستان یک بار دیگر ما دوره تاریک تجربه کردیم. افغانستان به گورستان برای زنان افغانستان شد. مکاتب بسته شد. اجازه کار برای زنان نبود. وزارت امور زنان از بین رفت. همه هستی که ما با بسیار تلاش، بسیار سعی مبارزه به دست آورده بودیم در مدت 20 سال، همه ایشان در مدت 1 روز از دست دادیم. مبارزاتی که ما کرده بودیم برای نسل آینده ما بود که نسل ما بتونه که بهتر، خوبتر از ما زندگی داشته باشند. اما امروز میبینیم که هیچ چیز از ما باقی نماند. ما همه چیز خود از دست دادیم. امروز کسایی که اینجا هستن امروز هیچ چیز ندارن، نه خانه، نه وطن، نه اقارب، هیچ چیز نداریم. اما باز هم جهان سپاس از دولت استرالیا که از ما حمایت کردن. حداقل جان به سلامت داریم و داریم با هم دیگر میبینیم و یک زندگی تازه را آغاز میکنیم. ما زنانی بودیم که یک دور قبلی تاریک طالبان تجربه کرده بودیم، اما 20 سال بسیار رزمیدیم. دستاوردی که جهان در 100 سال به دست آورد، زنان افغان در 20 سالی را به دست آورد. یعنی ما باید سریعتر عمل میکردیم. قوی‌تر می‌رزمیدیم. ما کسانی بودیم که با همه مشکلات رزمیدیم. ما زنان بودیم که در طول تاریخ رزمیدیم تا دستاوردهای 20 سال ما حفظ شود. دستاوردی که واقعاً نتیجه همه فعالیت‌های ما بود. همه طالبان همه این را از ما گرفتن. امروز دختر جوان ما اجازه رفتن به مکتب رو نداره. امروز زن بدون محرم از خانه بیرون شدن نمیتونه. امروز ما یعنی فعالیتی که ما داشتیم همش از دست رفت. 100 سال با مشکلات رزمیدیم. سهولتی که امروز ما در استرالیا میبینیم ما هیچ کدام از این رو در افغانستان نداشتیم. این پوهنتون ها این احساس آرامی نبود. اما ما مبارزه کردیم. به خاطر این مبارزه کردیم که فردا دختر ما بتونه که به مکتب بهتر درس بخونه، یک آینده بهتر از مادرش داشته باشه. اما نتانستیم چون معامله‌گران کاری کردند که دولت ما از هم پاشید. افغانستان عزیز ما را از ما گرفتن. دیگر ما توانایی مبارزه را نداشتیم. ما مدت 1 ماه پنهان شدیم. 1 ماه من هر روز با خانم ریتا تماس میگرفتم و مشکلات خودم میگفتم. حتی با سناتور سای پاول ما چندین بار یک بار ایمیل کردیم که ما مشکلات ما خانم‌ها چی میشه. امروز هر چیزی که داریم و زندگی که داریم واقعا مدیون فعالیت‌های خانم ریتا انوری و سناتور پاول هستیم که امروز ما را نجات دادن که بتونیم در اینجا باشیم. با وجودی که زندگی خیلی استرس داریم چون خانواده‌های ما همه جا مانده تو افغانستان، اما برای بقای زندگی خود باید مبارزه کنیم و تشکری میکنیم از دولت استرالیا و خانم ریتا انوری که به خاطر حمایت همیشگیشان. پیشنهاد من از جامعه جهانی و دولت استرالیا این است: لطفاً برای خروج زنان افغانستان اقدامات خود را تداوم بدن. زنانی که امروز جا ماندن در افغانستان و ما امروز صدای اون زن هستیم که پنهان شده. ما صدای آن زن هستیم که یک روز برای ما دفاع کرده اما امروز خودش جا مانده تو افغانستان. ما برای آنها میرزمیم. لطفاً صدای ما باشین، با هم همدست باشیم برای خروج زنانی که در افغانستان جا ماندن. نسل جوان ما که امیدشان بیشتر از زنان است. ما به خاطر از آنها میرزمیم و به خاطر اونها صدا بلند میکنیم. و لطفاً دولت افغانستان، بسیار ببخشید دولت استرالیا، یک همکاری خود تداوم بتن و تا ما بتانیم که زنان افغانستان همکاری کنن و خصوصاً کارمندای وزارت امور زنان که همه ایشان بیجا شدن و بیکار شدن و هیچ دستاورد هم ندارن که فعلا بتونن برای بقای زندگیشان. از این لحاظ ما تقاضای ما است که دولت استرالیا حمایت قوی از زنان افغانستان داشته باشه و تداوم از را ما میخواهیم. تشکر جهان سپاس از خانم ریتا انوری و سناتور پال و لیلا جان و همه همکارایشان که امروز مرا لایق ای تقدیر دیدن، با وجودی که ما هیچ کار کردن نتونستیم در افغانستان. یعنی ما می بودیم باید میرزمیدیم، اما مرگ ما را تهدید کرد، مجبور شدیم که فرار کنیم. یعنی ما مبارزه ما دوام داره، صدای ما هزار جایی که باشه بلند میشه. ما مدافع زن بودیم، هستیم و می باشیم و به خاطر تداوم این کار همیشه میرزمیم. تشکر، سلامت باشید.
Thank you, Roya Jan. It was an amazing speech. I do apologize I cannot translate it because we are having the time. Yes, we are running so late, but I asked Roya Jan sending that her speech to us, and I'm just translating and sending to you guys. Thank you. Okay, so now I would like to introduce the CEO of the Multicultural Australia, Christine Castley. Thank you, Christine.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, everyone. I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, the Turrbal and Yagara people. We, who come from many places, acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, which always was and always will be Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander land, and pay our respects to their elders throughout all time. I'd also like to acknowledge, of course, the fantastic speakers who've come before me, Senator Paul Scarr, who is always inspiring in his commitment to the issues that we all work on. Acknowledge Amy McMahon and John T. Bush, Queensland Members of Parliament, who I count as good friends, Nerily Holmes, who we've done work with on the Human Rights Commission, Griffith University, thank you so much for hosting this event. But of course, most importantly, I'd like to acknowledge Rita Anwari, who's taken the initiative to establish this event and create this safe space in which we can discuss women's issues. But most importantly, I would like to acknowledge each and every person who is here in the audience today. There is real power in coming together as we have today, united in a common purpose, to promote women's rights and particularly to raise the voices of women and girls from Afghanistan. Today's event is incredibly aligned to the purpose, mission and work of Multicultural Australia. Our goal is to create a Queensland community that is a welcoming and inclusive community for everyone, especially those who are new arrivals in our community. Following the recent and devastatingly tragic events in Afghanistan, we played our part in welcoming Afghan evacuees to Queensland. This has included supporting over 1,000 evacuees in quarantine and over 400 Afghan new arrivals who have chosen to settle in Queensland. About half of this group are female, and 37% of the group are children under the age of 18 years. Our goal at Multicultural Australia is to support new arrivals on their settlement journey so that they can successfully adjust to a new country and a new culture, and in doing so find their voices and make their own choices about how to live their lives. New arrivals face many challenges, from facing hotel quarantine in small spaces with children to navigating a new life in a new country, navigating schools, health services, housing, language classes, and employment. It can be isolating and intimidating to be constantly meeting new faces and having to learn how to make your own way through your new community and your new country. But starting a new life in a new country also brings with it many opportunities. The ability to freely access education and childcare, to access physical and mental health services, to make choices about the basics of life, such as the type of house you live in. All of these things are the foundation stones or building blocks to creating an independent life where women and girls can follow their dreams and live the lives they choose to. But the settlement journey cannot be travelled alone. It can only be successful if we build strong and genuine connections between the individuals who have recently arrived with the broader Australian community and the local settled Afghan community. This is where we all have a part to play by proactively finding ways to connect with each other, to work together to be a welcoming and inclusive community, and to empower and support every individual to have equal access to their human rights. This year's theme for Human Rights Week was Make Equality Your Priority, and there can be no better advice for all of us than this. We must make equality for everyone a priority and promote the message that human rights are women's rights. We must all together raise our voices to ensure that girls and women everywhere have access to education, to the right to vote, to an equal wage, to housing and health services, and to access a life free from violence and discrimination. To do this will require a committed effort. It has taken significant effort from those who have come before us, and it is an effort that will need to continue beyond us. But this effort is worthwhile, and we must continue to fight for equal rights for all. It is also vital that we all be there for each other, to provide support and care for each other. We at Multicultural Australia will continue to play our part in advocating for the voices of women and children, and we commit to walking alongside all of you as together we continue the fight for equal rights. Thank you for the opportunity to join you all today.
Thank you, Christine. It was amazing. I'm really sorry. I just had to push everything just a bit, squeezing everything because we are really running behind. And در مورد خانم کریستین CEO مالتیکالچرال استرالیا هستن که شما بعضی از شماها فکر میکنم اولین قسمتی بوده که باهاشون ارتباط داشتید و برای شما آرزوی سلامتی و خوش آمدگویی رو داشتن بهتون و همونطور که میدونید گفتن که تمام حق حقوق همه زنان هستش که از آزادی بیان و تحصیلات و همه حقوقی که همه انسان ها دارن داشته باشن. چون سخنرانیشون یه مقدار بلند بود و ما هم مشکلات وقت داریم، من این رو اگر خواستید میتونم براتون به زبان دری براتون میفرستم اگر تمایل داشتید. Now I would like to invite Professor Susan Harris-Rimmer to speak. Professor Harris-Rimmer is an expert in women's rights and international law, has been a wonderful advocate for women's rights and human rights in Australia and around the world. She was involved in creating the position of the Global Ambassador for Women and Girls, among many other things. We are very honored to have her join us today. Welcome, Sue. خانم پروفسور سوزان هریس ریمر رو دعوت میکنم که صحبت کنم برای شما. خانم پروفسور ریمر هری متخصص حقوق زنان و حقوق بین الملل هستند و مدافع فوق‌العاده‌ای برای حقوق زنان و حقوق بشر در استرالیا و سراسر جهان داشتند. ایشون در ایجاد موقعیت سفیر جهانی برای زنان و دختران و از جمله موارد دیگر مشارکت داشتند و ما افتخار داریم که امروز ایشون برای ما سخنرانی میکنن. ممنونم. Thank you, Sue.
Assalamu alaikum. I've been researching women's rights in Afghanistan since 2001 because I used to work with many Afghan refugees in my previous job with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, mainly Hazaras from Ghazni. Since then, I've researched the work of the Afghanistan Human Rights Commission and been working with Dr. Sima Samar, who is my hero. And we've looked at the issues of violence against women, and particularly the passage of the Elimination of Violence Against Women law in Afghanistan and the law dealing with Bachabatsi. I've also written about the murder of Farkhunda Malikzada in Kabul and the return of the Taliban and those negotiations. As a result of all this reading and talking to Afghan women, I'm always so struck by the courage and the resilience of Afghan women and girls in so much diversity. Afghan women are all very different, I know, in all the different regions and all the different types of women, but you're all very courageous. So I'm privileged to welcome you here to Brisbane, and I want you to know we understand your story. We know where you've come from, and we honour your struggle. So thank you.
Thank you. So we didn't want to really just make you emotional, but thank you so much for expressing your emotions with us. Thank you. من سریع اینو براتون ترجمه میکنم چون این خانم خیلی احساسی شدن تو این قضیه. خانم پروفسور سو هریس ریمر از سال 2001 پس از کار با استرالیا از پناهجویان در استرالیا در کار قبلی خود با یونیسر عمدتاً هزاره‌های غزنی در مورد حقوق زنان در افغانستان تحقیق کردند. ایشون در مورد کار کمیسیون حقوق بشر افغانستان و با خانم دکتر سیما سمر مسائل مربوط به خشونت علیه قانون حفظ خشونت علیه زنان در افغانستان و قانون مربوط به بچه بازی تحقیق کردند و در مورد قتل فرخنده ملکزاده در کابل و بازگشت طالبان هم نوشته‌هایی داشتند. ایشون میگن که من همیشه تحت تاثیر شجاعت و مقاومت زنان و دختران افغان بودم و من بسیار مفتخرم که به شما در اینجا در بریسبن و استرالیا خوش آمد میگم. ما داستان شما رو میدونیم و مبارزات شما رو ارجح مینهیم. متشکریم از شماها. مرسی. Okay. All right. So we are going to getting to end of our event. And it is now, we are some awards of appreciation that we would like to give, though these people have been a big help in supporting the evacuation of people from Afghanistan to Queensland. May I please ask Rita to come to present the awards. Thank you.
تشکر یک جان ممنون, and thanks for every single of you have done so much in the last 3 months. And I would like to ask our community holders, Aqla Watanfal, to come and represent the appreciation from women empowerment, leadership, and also Afghan women community to Senator Paul Scarr.
You should wear it.
Very much. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. مدعوین محترم و اعضای مجلس، السلام علیکم. و عزیزانی که از افغانستان تازه تشریف آورده اید، شما را خوش آمدید میگویم. من امروز برای شما تمام مردم افغانستان را تماشا میکنم و میگویم سلام، صد سلام، صد سلام به شما مردم افغانستان. مردم زحمتکش، شجاع و رنج دیده و مادران قهرمان که در آتش جنگ میسوزند و تحمل میکنند، صد تعظیم به ایشان. و شما کسانی که امروز توانسته اید به کمک و یاری خداوند و همکاری مردم مهربان استرالیا، Senator Paul and ministers and guests، و همکاری دختر عزیزم ریتا انوری که ما افتخار همه ما شما می باشد. شما به اینجا تشریف آوردید. من فکر می کنم شما شاخه های گلی هستید در یکی از باغ‌های وطنم می باشید. همین لحظه به فکرم رسید تا بگویم ای شاخه های گل، ای شاخه های گل به گلستان خوش آمدید. با رنج و درد به کمک یزدان خوش آمدید. با رنج و درد به کمک یزدان خوش آمدید. و دوستان عزیز ما، افغان‌هایی که در هر جای دنیا می باشیم، فکر نکنید که در فکر مردم خود نمی باشیم. درست است که اولادای ما تحصیل می کردن، زندگی آرام داشتیم، همیشه اخبار افغانستان را میشنویم و با رنج و درد شما سهیم بودیم. می دانستیم، دوباره تکرار نمی کنم چرا شما همتان می فهمید که چی وقایعی در افغانستان رخ میداد. و دعای ما هم امین بود که خداوند صلح و آرامش را به مملکت ما بیارد. و شما که در این وقت و در استرالیا که یکی از بهترین قاره های دنیاست، برایتان باز هم میگم که استرالیا یکی از بهترین قاره های دنیاست. آمده اید، مردمش بسیار مهربان، زمینه درس برای خرد و کلان، زن و مرد و به هر شرایط وجود دارد و خاصتا خواهرانی که از شرایط درس محروم گردیدند و از شرایط مفید این کشور استفاده نمایید تا خود را به حیث افغان اصیل به دنیا معرفی نمایید. ما هم که در اینجا آمده ایم بیکار ننشسته ایم، چون بنده در مکتب زرغونی کابل به حیث آمر دیپارتمنت دری ایفای وظیفه می نمودم. در اینجا که رسیدم دیدم که باید من خدمت کنم به مردم خود. همان بود که به حیث نماینده زنها در کمیونیتی افغانهای خود مصروف خدمت شدم تا که بتانم به هموطنهای خود کاری کنم. دیدم که مکتب برای افغانها مخصوص وجود ندارد، چرا که ما و شما می‌بینیم که هویت ملی ما و شما چی است؟ زبان ماست، زبان مادری ماست، رسم و رواجهای ماست، علوم دینی ما دین ماست. و این خاطر ما دختر خودم مدبر پوپل وادار ساختم تا یک مکتب افغانی تهیه کنه که البته ریتا جان هم مثل دختر ما بعد قسمت کتاب ها ما را همکاری کرده و کمیونیتی افغان ها کل مردم افغان مردم استرالیا موفقانه ما را همکاری کردن و ما با جمع تانستیم با این مکتب با جمع معلمایی که سابقه دار بودند در اینجا کلش بیکار بودند، اما روزهای خوشی خدا ما روزهای شنبه یک شنبه روزایی بود که ما باید با اولادای خود به تفریح می رفتیم به پارک ها می گشتیم، اما او روزا را ما نرفتیم، اولادای وطن خود درس دری دادیم تا زبانشان فراموش نشد. و امروز و ما تانستیم روز زن و تمام جهان بر زن ارزش قائل بود، اما در برزبان زنها روز برش تجلیل نمیشد. برای خود مردم افغان ما توانستیم که روز زن در برزبان برای زنای افغان تجلیل کنیم، روز مادر، روز اطفال از برکت همین مکتب. لذا بازم از شما خواهش میکنم و این کارها هم داوطلبانه بود، یعنی ما یک افغانی هم نگرفتیم همگی. لذا ما از شما خواهش میکنیم که موقعی را از دست نداده از این موقع استفاده کنین، برای اولادایتان به این مکتب هم شامل کنین تا که ادبیات دری خود از فراموش نکنن. در اخیر dear Senator Paul and ministers and guests, thank you for helping Afghan people in this difficult time. My advice for all my Afghan people are to study and work hard. You are on the best country on the world, and Australia people is very kind. You be a good citizen for Australia. Thank you. افتخار میکنیم به شما جوانایی که امروز ما دیگه جوانای امروز آمدن همگی به می رول باشن. تشکر بریم.
And also, I would like to present appreciation award for a young girl, and she worked with women empowerment leadership for almost 12 months, but last 3 months, ongoing, continually, she was behind of everything, answering the call, replying the emails, who was stuck in Afghanistan, and she's the one to stay backward of women empowerment. Shamila Ghiyasi. And also appreciation award for a very kind lady. She's been working with the community for almost 20 years. And also with Women Empowerment Leadership, she joined for almost 6 months, but she has done an incredible job, especially for new arrival Afghan. And she working day and night behind scenes to help Afghan women. Even she's not Afghan. She's got a heart as a woman to stand for Afghan. Nasreen Waziri.
You've done so much. Yeah, thank you very much. It was my pleasure. Thank you.
And also another young girl, she merged with Women Empowerment Leadership for almost 8 months. And she's working really hard to how to promote education with Afghan women, not just only in Australia, back in Afghanistan, well, to empower women by education, getting a scholarship, and also providing online courses for new arrived Afghan. Kathy? There's one of my colleagues, she's been working with me for almost 3 years, on and off. The reason is on and off because sometimes she's pushing me too much to do something which I'm not capable of. And especially last 3 months for preventing domestic violence, she continuously bringing project and asking me to present into Ministry of Women, and of course, they're getting good approach from that. Christina, you have done such a great job in preventing domestic violence with Women Empowerment Leadership. You deserve that. I would like to acknowledge and present this our appreciation award on behalf of Women Empowerment Leadership team. Without of this team, this wonderful team, we wouldn't be staying here to raise our Afghan women's voice. Dr. Kati. Once again, we would like to acknowledge another wonderful lady. From nowhere, she acknowledged me. She approached me how to help Afghan women. I was surprised, but there is a people in this world without of knowing the culture, background, they've got a heart to help Afghan women. I really appreciate your help and supporting Afghan new refugee, Dr. Alex. And also, I would like to acknowledge my two good Afghan brothers. From 15th of August, when Afghanistan government fell, I got approached with two brothers. What I wasn't expecting, I didn't know him before. We just met, and they have done an incredible job. Nazir Barakzai is not here, but I've got his appreciation award. He has done a great job with Afghan newly arrived refugee. And also another great brother, Tamim Azimi. he stand from day one to help Afghan refugees and also the evacuation program with Paul Scarr and mostly with myself. Up to late night, we're calling and sending emails. Trust me, nothing can be done alone. That was a teamwork. Of course, there was like from, I can't even say the time because we started working for 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes we're getting called because of the time difference. And up to late night. So they're not here, but the separations for them. Got one more. We have got another great personality working with our community from 15th of August up to today. He's actually been stuck with me. Even like, I call him 12 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning, he reply my message, reply my emails, and he listen those women and children crying from Afghanistan, from heart, he listening, and he's passing down a message for myself. Today he's not here, but I would acknowledge Matt from the Office of Senator Paul Scarr. He has done such a great job. He's working day and night, which that's not his duty. That's not his duty, but it's just as a human feeling for Afghan, for people basically, for who's under high risk. And I really appreciate for those people. As I say, nothing can be done alone. I'm nobody, I'm nothing without of you people, without this team. And each one of you have done a great job, and that's why we're all here today. And hopefully, very soon, we can have more of us, which is stuck in Afghanistan. With those women and children, they have got a great relationship with Afghan. And back in Australia, they're stuck in Afghanistan. Hopefully soon, by 2022, we can have them in Queensland, and we can see each other. And also the amazing lady, which is, she stand beside me, and then all the backward, Leila Loei. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rita. I wasn't expecting to get any rewards. You know, I've always loved to work with you and to be around you. And somehow, sometimes helping you just to keep your good mental health. Okay, so now we are just having the musical performance by 3 musicians from the Queensland Conservatorium, staff member Chris Stower, and 2 student musicians, Shannon Fentiman and Grace King. And they prepared for us just to do some music. اکنون میخوام شما رو با 3 نوازنده از کنسرواتیوم کوینزلند آشنا کنم. یکی از کارکنان کریس استوور و 2 نوازنده دانشجو شانن گو و گریس کینگ هستن که اینا چیزی که آماده کردم ممکنه بعضی از شماها تشخیص بدید.
Thank you so much. It was amazing, and I think some of you guys recognize that. It's called My Land. It's the Afghanistan music. And اگر شما متوجه شده باشید این موزیک در مورد سرزمین من بود. فکر می‌کنم بعضی از شما اینو شنیده بودید و خیلی خوب اجراش کردن. Thank you. All right. So we are just closing our event today. I would like to ask Rita to come and say a few closing words for us. Thank you.
Once again, I would like to thank you and welcome to Australia, all the new Afghan arrival in the country, land of opportunity. You are here, you have got freedom, you have got a great government, hear your voice and stand by you. You're not alone. If we go back, I lost the count, I think it's 39 years ago. I came exactly like yourself in 1992. I was one of the refugees, and I stand myself, I raise my voice, I educate myself. If I can do it, you can do it. You're alone. We have got a woman to raise your voice. Thanks for coming, and also for all the special guests here. And thanks for Griffith University and team of Women Empowerment Leadership, Senator Paul Scarr, and also the wonderful Shannon Fentiman is not here, but representative is John T. Bush is here, Anna, and all of the lovely ladies presenting here. I kind of like I'm emotional, I lost the word, but inside I appreciate what you have done for the last 3 months for this vulnerable Afghan woman, which is no one hear their voice, but we're here together to raise their voice. Thanks once again. And also we prepared a welcoming package for Afghan women. I would like to present for mother and also the baby. So once you're walking out, there's food and also some refreshments is ready for and outside. So yeah, but again, once again, welcome again. And also take the opportunity to whoever has got a award, I would like to take a photo, because take the chance, Senator Paul Scarr and John D. Bush is here, don't let him go, it's hard to find him to take a picture.
Thank you everyone for today, and I really appreciate that. Sorry for we are just running, we just ran late, just running behind. And so if anyone wants to join us for the photo, please feel free. And tea and coffee is outside. Thank you to Griffith University. Special thank you to Alexis and Kathy. They've done a huge job. I do appreciate that. Without you guys, we couldn't make it. Thank you. خانمای محترم، مراسم تموم شد. چایی و یه مقدار پذیرایی بیرون هست. هر کسی که دوست داره میتونه بیاد اینجا واسه و با ما عکس بگیره. اگر مشکل نداشتید خوشحال میشیم. باز ما در خدمتتون هستیم بیرون سالن. مرسی.